My brother and I used to work on my uncle's ranch out in Utah every summer, herding the cows, feeding them, stuff like that. There was this one night we were out in the field, and suddenly there was this incredibly bright light descending from the sky. Next thing we knew, we were in this big white room, and standing in front of me was this slimy two-legged creature with these wide lizard-like eyes across its face. We looked at us and said, there's this planet where they're just necks with Adam's apples in them, and these necks just flop around day and night. That's the whole deal on this planet. So I said, what? I don't understand. He said, it's true. This planet is just a bunch of necks, and the Adam's apples in these necks are very pronounced. They bob up and down in the necks like they're gulping or something, but they're not gulping because they're not capable. There's no head, there's no mouth, it's just necks. It's the worst fucking planet there is. Okay, I've got to go now. I just needed to tell someone about it. Then he dropped us off in the field and flew away in his spaceship. It was absolutely terrifying. That planet sounds fucking horrible.
One night, I was sitting in my living room when suddenly the roof got ripped off my house and I got sucked into a UFO. Inside the ship, I saw these thin, translucent little creatures. I was terrified. They didn't hurt me at all, but when they were done, they returned me to the wrong house. So I hollered up to them, hey, you put me back in the wrong house. And they sucked me back up into the ship, flew around a little bit, and dropped me back down into an apartment. And I was like, no, guys, I live in a house. This is an apartment. They sucked me back up into the ship and dropped me into the ocean. That was annoying. But I could tell they felt bad about it. Like they wanted to put me back in my house, but they had honestly forgotten which house it was. So I was like, just drop me off downtown. And they sucked me back up and plopped me in front of a Popeyes in a whole different state. But by this point, I was just like, forget it. It's fine. I'll catch a bus or something. Thanks. And they left.
An alien came into my house, picked me up over his head, and spun around in circles for a couple minutes. Then I threw up on him and he left.
I woke up in the middle of the night, incredibly disoriented. I could tell something was off because all my furniture was gone and there were a bunch of aliens standing over me with medical instruments. The aliens said to me, hey, we're gonna do some weird alien shit to your body. Is that okay? And I said, sure, fine, whatever. I don't care. And they said, great, and started doing their alien shit to me. After a while that, I got bored and I was like, I'm bored, do you guys have any magazines? And they were like, no, we don't have any magazines. And I was like, what? You guys don't have any magazines? Like, none at all? And the aliens were all, no, sorry, we don't have magazines right now. And I was like, dang, I can't believe you guys don't have magazines. Magazines are great. There's all sorts of pictures in them and crossword puzzles and quizzes. And they were like, yeah, well, we don't have them, so. And I felt bad for the aliens, because they didn't have magazines. After that, they replaced my kidney with an alien kidney and sent me back home. I like all sorts of magazines.
Every day I'm abducted by an alien. Every day a stinky alien dangles his long, stinky alien tongue out of his fat old alien UFO and wraps his long, stinky alien tongue around my teeny tiny head and slurps me up into his stinky UFO. And I say, I want to not be abducted by an alien for once in my goddamn whole life. And the stinky alien who abducts me, he just laughs and laughs and laughs. I hate the stinky alien in his spaceship full of mud. Why is there mud in his spaceship? I wish it were clean, but it's dirty, and the stinky alien makes me smell bad because I'm around him all the damn time. And now my boss asked me, why do you smell like a whole lot of hell? And I just have to say, I got abducted by a stinky alien. But my boss does not believe me. Worst day of my life.